So, I sincerely have no idea what this is going to be. I decided that I was going to doodle because I was frustrated about some things. So I said, this is very relaxing, and doodling, pointillism, is something that really reveals what's on your mind. I began with these dots over here, but then, I had my hand on my head, and so I started thinking about a hand that would reach that way, but fingers, I should say, that reached this direction. But as I'm doodling here, I'm beginning to see some other things. I would love to know what you might see at this point in it. I will say at the 1 minute and 33 second point, what you might see. I think our perspectives, our lives, our experiences really frames our world, and engaging in pointillism kind of takes what's in your world and creates an artistic piece with it. There's also two different angles that I see. I see this angle that I'm doing, and I'm doing this in front of a mirror, and I see that other direction from which it's being created, and I also see a shadow here. So I'm just going to kind of follow that shadow of what I see here to kind of see what comes about as a result of that shadow. It's very relaxing. The beautiful thing about pointillism and creating your, what I like to call, point of view, is that there are no mistakes. Like, let's say, for example, I just go this way out of nowhere. That might seem a little random. And it's like, dang, I was working on something else. I don't know. But see, now that I've done that, I can just kind of add to it to see what develops. And I think that kind of speaks to our lives and, creating pictures of what we see, what we desire, what we want to create in our own worlds, and then we feel like we might have made a mistake, gone the wrong direction, added something that shouldn't have been added, or created something that shouldn't have been created in our lives. But if you just add to it, just take a deep breath and add to it, then you will create a brand new vision, brand new picture of what you were considering first. Then you go back to what you were adding before in your life. And as you're adding what you were already working on, you already had a idea, not very clear idea, but an idea of what you wanted to do. You kind of see that in your peripheral. And as you're working on what you already know, and you see the mistake you made in your life as you are trying to perfect that which you already feel like you know, what you have a grasp of, that thing in your peripheral is always there, just kind of waiting on you to come back to it and say, why am I here? What is the purpose? And there's always a purpose of a thing. So as I'm doing this, I am just trying to get a vision of what exactly could be added to it to make it something that's pleasing, something that makes my efforts look purposeful. Because right now it seems very, very random. It's like, okay, what exactly is it? What do I see? And then sometimes you have to turn things around and look at it from another view. When you look at it from another view, you say, okay, well, what do I see here? Turn it this way. And you say, what do I see here? Now, the beautiful thing about life and light, there's so many shades of light that can be revealed. Mind you, not shades of gray. Not going there with it, but shades of light and darkness. And sometimes the darkness needs to be very, very deliberate. And with this type of thing, the way that you can make the darkness deliberate is you just come a little bit closer together. I have no idea why. I think darkness right here would be cooler. And you know what's so funny? I feel like I wish I knew his name. If you know his name, please comment. But the painter, I used to watch him when I was a little girl, like in elementary school. He used to paint, and he would be talking like this. He would be like, yeah, just a little bit right there. Just make it a little wispy. And it was like he was whispering. I was like, and I would be like, why is he whispering? But I guess it's just, it's a lot more relaxing. You're not worried about elevating your voice and doing all that. There's so many times, so many reasons why we might need to elevate our voice. But you see the shade there? You see how I made the shade there? So, I wonder what that is going to be. It's crazy how life is. It's like, life is just like this. It's like doodling. Sometimes it is. It's like you have no idea what's going to come about as a result of your efforts. Now, mind you, even if you have a plan and you say, I know exactly what I'm going to do, you sit there and every little decision that you make, every one of these dots is like a decision that you make. Whether it's a decision to make that phone call, a decision to reposition your money, a decision to strategically place yourself somewhere where you can be recognized and develop some type of notoriety. Every tiny little decision. A decision to rest. A decision to forgive. A decision to change what you said. A decision to apologize. A decision to choose another direction, another person, another avenue. Every little dot is just like that. Your decision to take a deep breath and try again. Every little dot is just like that. Your decision to keep going despite wanting to give up every moment of every day, of every month, of every year of your life. It's like all of the dots are like the decisions. And then when you just keep going, when you pause, and you just take a look at what you've done, you try things from another angle, you try to look at what you've done, how far you've gotten, or how far you haven't gotten. It's very interesting. It's a little blurry. There you go. But you keep going. Because you say, you know what, I don't know, there's something about this. I just see something that could come about as a result of me keep going. I mean, right now, it just looks like a mess. I mean, an absolute mess. You have to say, okay, something has to give. I need answers. So you keep going. It's not clear to you. It doesn't make sense. But what do? Keep going. So then you try another side of things. You say, okay, I've spent a lot of time trying to develop one side of a thing with no results, no progress, no, nothing that looks like it is worth all of the energy and time that I put into it. So I'm just going to go over here. Because something has to come about, something. And then you say, I don't know. I'm going to go where it's comfortable. Because I know here, if I go here, I know at least I will be filling the gaps. At least, something will be complete. At least something will make sense from this perspective, because from this perspective, I know there's a hole here. And I know if I at least fill the hole, if I at least add here, that it will be filled. I don't know what will come about. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know, what will happen. But at least this will be filled and it will be finished. And when I step back and try again to make sense of things, at least the gap will be filled. So you go to the center of it all and where it's comfortable. Why is it comfortable? Because boundaries have already been created in the center of a thing. So you don't have to worry about, okay, well, if I go too far, if I go too far to the left or too far to the right, at least I'll be within the boundaries of filling the gap of what is empty. Feel like your life is empty. And even as you're filling the gap, even as you're filling the hole, you feel like there's no purpose because you still can't see what in the world is being developed. So sometimes you squint your eyes because taking in too much at one time, in one view, I feel like you just maybe are making a fool out of yourself. But then you say, no, that can't be possible. I started this and I'm going to finish it. But then you start praying, Lord, please make sense of every little tiny dot, every little tiny decision that I'm making so that I'm not wasting my time. Give me vision, inspiration, revelation, insight. And because of your confidence in Him, you go back to where you just decided to go off on a limb and do something random. Something random. But is it random? I don't know. What do you see? What do you see? You don't want anything to have abrupt turns and abrupt curves, so you smooth the edges out because sharp edges are just too too much. So you keep doodling. You go back to what you know. Go to the center of things. It's comfortable here. But you know if you at least stay here, you have boundaries. No one likes to go beyond boundaries unless it is something that will make us feel better and often make us look better. So then reconsider and go off and extend the boundary. Gap here. I like the gap there. For some reason I feel like that needs to be closed. Why is it that we like to close gaps? What is that about? We have that space. It's like with spaces we feel like, okay, there's an absence of something. We always like completion in some way, somehow. And then even in trying to fill in the completion, you notice now I'm creating shade here and now I have shade there. So now, what is the purpose of that shade and that shade? What do we see? Step back. Look at it from another angle. And then from another angle, what do we see? We go here. And really, for some reason, I favor this angle. And I don't know what it is. It's like I see something here. And you notice I haven't closed here and I haven't closed there. But there's something going on here. There's a person. Do we see the tree? Do we see the light? Now, I started off with these fingers here, this hand, the hand here and the finger, but that has completely disintegrated in all of the tiny little decisions that I made. Interesting. Well, I think it will be worth it to, I want to leave this curve here and I feel like extending this for some reason. I don't know what's with this per se, but there's an extension of that there that I want to make. And like I said before, even when you are doing something and you feel like, oh, I made a mistake, you just add to it. You just add to it. But also keeping in mind that the closer you are when you are doing this, the more, the darker that it will be. And you have to decide if that's the light or absence of light that you want to reflect. But I guess that's kind of difficult because if you don't know what it's going to be, then that's what's going to happen. Wow. And you know, I see, for some reason, I see a connection here. Now, maybe it's because of my wanting to just close the gap. I don't know. But I just felt that there. But here, even as I'm closing the gap, for some reason, I don't want to make it too dark. So I'm making it lighter here. Let's see what is coming about as a result of that. Now I made that lighter there, and I closed in the gap. Now in making it lighter, I'm not pressing as hard, and I'm just kind of tapping here to kind of close that up. And I'm feeling the need to go this way to make this connect here. Now earlier I said that I was leaving this space open, didn't I? Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. But that's the thing. Just like life. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then you step back and you realize that that's not the answer. That's not the complete picture of what I want to do. So then you start trying to get pictures in your mind of things that you know you have seen before that resembles what you're doing. And it's funny how we always want to do something that we resemble, but then we also want to be innovative. And that's the beautiful thing about Pointillism, is that it's definitely innovative, but at the same time it makes you go into a place in your mind of something that is very similar. Because the way our mind operates, we want to be comfortable. Our mind wants to be comfortable with what we're familiar with. Have you ever noticed that when you go into a place that has a lot of seating, you go and you find a seat that you feel comfortable with based on how many people are there, how many people are already seated, you find that seat, and then if you were to leave and you have to come back, you end up sitting in the same area. It's like we naturally have this propensity to want to be around familiar surroundings. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm beginning to see, I don't know what it is with me and birds. I see a bird head here, a bird head there, in the beginning of the wings, and then like the tree here, or the stubble of a tree. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now, if I'm going to go that direction, then I need to kind of look at, my stomach, what in the world? Look at other birds. Is it blurry? Oh man, can you see it? There we go. Oh my goodness. The blurriness. I'm sorry, you guys might not have seen this clear when I was doing this before. But I was saying, this looks like a bird head here and a bird head here, there. But then it kind of looks like, I don't know, the top of a shirt. I don't know, what do you see? It's a lot of things that you could see in here. I think I am going to just add this here. I don't know. You tell me your thoughts. At 31 minutes and 4 seconds. It's been 31 minutes. Wow. I feel more relaxed, actually. I actually really do. Hold up. Let me see.